High school soccer returns to action tonight with a new traditional opening night rivalry between Richland County foes Clear Fork and Madison, who kick off the new season as part of Friday Night Football. Coming your way live and always free exclusively on the OH Report. And it's all on the way next.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Young and upcoming squads meet in the season opener tonight at Clear Fork, where the Colts host Madison in Friday Night Football. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Belleville for the Park National Bank pregame. My name is Brian Skoronsky. I've got Jesse Ryder with me here tonight, and pretty perfect weather, fantastic conditions here to open up the season. I don't think you can ask for anything more if you're either of these teams or the spectators.
Yeah, during the fall soccer season, it seems like the Colt Corral here is kind of our home away from home. We get so many games down here, and it's a fun atmosphere. The field is great. It seems the weather is great. It's fun. The teams are good, and so it's made for some pretty competitive matchups over the last couple of years.
A lot of talent I noticed out there on the field, but it's some young talent. We're going to see some ninth graders and definitely some sophomores getting into the mix pretty heavily.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be true. We have a doubleheader today. I think both games are going to feature a lot of young players, and we've talked about this. Our area keeps producing young talent, players who are ready that when they hit that freshman, sophomore year, they're ready to compete at the varsity level, which is not an easy thing to accomplish. And so it'll be fun to see, the first real game. Obviously, they've got summer league and scrimmages and all those things, but nothing can compare you to the real game, especially Friday night, opening night. What a fun time we are going to have and get to watch them learn and grow as we do it.
I'm going to have you pick just one player to maybe keep an eye on here tonight. For Madison, we'll begin there. Is there anybody that you noticed in pregame or throughout the offseason that you know is looking to be a playmaker this season for the Rams?
Yeah, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go to the brothers right away. There's a set of three brothers all starting tonight, one in goal, one in midfield, and one up top, I believe, the Jamison brothers. I think they're three that if they're playing at a high level, it's going to change the dynamic of the team. So I think it's going to be can they get the ball, can they do their role positionally, but also can they contribute for the team. I think those are three. I'm going to watch how can they function together as a family unit and even as a unit on the team as well.
Yeah, how can you go wrong with 3 shots of Jameson, man?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
Wait a
a perfect
second.
mixture right there on a Friday night. And on the other side for Clear Fork, I know that talking to Coach before the match, he's got a couple of guys that he feels like are going to elevate their game coming into this season. Who would you identify as some key playmakers?
Well, I think for both teams, I think the keeper is going to be one of the strong points of the game. I think we might be seeing 2 of the best keepers in the area in Jameson and Griffin Blakely. I think they are 2 tremendous athletes, tremendous keepers, and I have a feeling they're going to get tested a lot tonight. So we'll kind of see who can rise to the occasion, who can make the big saves, but also then in a game and level like this, who can continually make those routine saves, not give up any costly errors to allow the other team to get a goal right away.
Let's jump into our keys to the game tonight, presented by Park National Bank, and I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of exactly what you were just outlining. There are some fantastic keepers in this game, but I think Griffin Blakely, probably the best that we have here in the area. For me, the key for Madison tonight, you got to at least get some shots on net, test the guy. It doesn't matter if they're coming from 25 yards away, if they don't have a whole lot of pace on them, you at least got to have him coming out and making some plays. Jesse, I don't think you can let him sit back and be too comfortable dictating the action and setting up their defense. So for the Rams, at least get some shots on net. Even if they're not quality, make Griffin come out and do something.
Absolutely. Force the keeper to make a save, I think, is huge. I think part of this for Madison is creating a culture and changing and elevating the expectations that the program has had over the past couple of years. Coach Lord has been here a long time. He's had some tremendous teams through here. The past couple of years haven't been great record-wise, but I think this is the year that everybody's kind of got circled. This year and next year, there is a lot of young talent, and so I think you have to have that short-term memory. Obviously, Clear Fork won last year 3-2. I think they won the year before pretty handily, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think you kind of have to have that short-term memory as the previous results against Clear Fork don't really carry into tonight's matchup. It's what can you do tonight to change the future? And I think they got to have that short-term memory and kind of change the culture. That I love what Coach Lord told me earlier in the game, because I expect to win every game we play this year. I say, absolutely. I love the talent you have. I love the kind of the mentality of that. I think that has to kind of translate over to the players as well. That we expect to win. When we take the field, we expect to win the game.
See if they can do it here tonight on the road against a really talented Clear Fork team that got some studs coming back. And my key to victory is going to outline probably the top playmaker that they have, and that is Go Hog Wild. Feed Mr. Connor Hogger. From hearing from the coaching staff, it sounds like during this offseason that they've had in their scrimmages, he's been kind of taking over, dominating. 7 goals, I'm told, in a couple of scrimmages that they've had. So he's clearly the guy that they're getting the ball to and that they're expecting to create some instant offense. So, hey, why not keep it going? And especially in a rivalry matchup here to open up the season, no sense in doing anything but feeding your playmaker. So got to go hog wild tonight if you're Clear Fork.
Yeah, I agree. I think getting your playmakers the ball and key opportunities, finding the key player so that they can make key plays is going to be important for Clear Fork. They don't have the depth that they've had the past couple of years where they had maybe 15, 16 guys they could rotate in and out of the lineup, and you didn't really see a drop in talent too much. They have a kind of a big group at the beginning of some solid key players. I think you need to find ways to get them the ball so they can contribute on the offensive end. They're going to have high defensive responsibilities, but can they get into the attack? Can they get the ball in a dangerous area? And like you said earlier, can they put some shots on goal, force Jameson into making some saves early?
So that is going to wrap up our Park National Bank pregame as we are ready now to kick off the 2022 regular season. The summer just never lasts long enough. Jesse, here we are. We're back to sports already, buddy.
I know I was talking with the coaching staff pregame and just saying how early this has come this year. I mean, it feels
right.
like the season, the practice, it just started the other day, and here we are, game 1. There's a lot of friendly rivalries out there. You can see guys hugging each other. A lot of former club teammates out here. I've coached some of these guys before. There is some talent out there. There are some former teammates. It's going to be a fun matchup. I think both teams are just kind of excited to see where do we match up against a crosstown rival.
And with unknowns out here on the field, not really across the board, but at certainly some key positions on each side, you don't know really where you stack up just yet. Scrimmages are one thing. You know what it looks like when you're going head-to-head with your own JV and running through some drills. But until you actually get under play and things start to matter, not 100% what you're going to get from each guy on a given night. So always a big fan of the first couple of weeks of the season, kind of identifying, hey, who are our good guys? What type of rotations are really going to work for us? So this is just step one in that process, and we'll see who can kind of figure out things a little bit earlier on than the other.
Absolutely. I think part of the things you can't duplicate in practice and scrimmages is who can handle the pressure. You can have some really technical players, but maybe when that whistle blows to start the game, all of a sudden their mindset shifts, and they can't quite handle the pressure, or they're not quite as consistent or as technical as they need to be. And so you don't know some of that until you know some of that. And so we'll find out tonight, where do some of these guys lay in terms of handling the pressure, being able to read the game, adjust, and handle some big tackles and some big moments.
Landon McCauley with the throw in, big pressure. Kind of knocked off the ball right there was Jaden Beachy.
Here's a freshman we talked about, Randy Jamison, getting the ball right at the corner of the 18. That's just one of those plays. You don't quite have the chemistry yet. Got new players trying to learn each other, learn their style. Do they hold? Do they overlap? He kind of played it to him as he drifted away, but they still kept position, and now they've lost it.
Yeah, here comes Connor Hogger, zipping down the middle of the field. Got some nice space, stepping in between traffic, and just broken up last minute. Obviously, he had a good outlet on the wing, but couldn't make that connecting pass.
Yeah, I think that that might be a little bit of the Clear Fork style of just kind of sit back, defend, and look for that counterattack through Connor. Not quite the whole play there. Good speed here by Madison to get forward.
Yeah, it's Braden Rogers looking for the cross. Somebody on the other side, but big shot over the top. That thing went airborne immediately.
Looks like that's another freshman, Julius Walker there. Great opportunity, great build-up. Walker just sails a little bit high, a lot of momentum, a lot of pressure. Your first varsity shot, and takes a lot of composure to keep that on goal there.
Rams are going to work it through the middle now. You see that back line of defense, 6 strong here for the Colts.
You see the replay. I think we just missed there, but you saw Walker, good opportunity, good build-up from the Rams. Oh, they did well to get the ball wide and played it across, and Walker was right there, right place. Just not quite the final execution.
Yeah, excellent point, though. Your freshman, your first game, opening couple of minutes. Boy, how juiced up would you have to be? I got 0 varsity action in any sport as a freshman, so I can't really imagine what that position is like. Like, oh, my gosh, this is my opportunity to show coach, and then, woo, there it goes.
Yeah. Madison gets the first corner kick of the game as well. Let's see who will line up to take it. Got a lot of different guys who are kind of free kick specialists. It's going to be number 4, Travis Jamison. See if he looks to find his brother here. Madison's always been very creative on their free kicks. Good ball in.
Yeah, low driver, but a nice job there by Jack Dudley to get a header on it and get it out of harm's way here for the Colts. Coming back the other way.
Deflecting right to Connor Hogger, who's just been running, it seems about 60 to 70 yards now just on the counter. Eventually Madison wins it back, but can't quite clear it away.
So a big game here tonight, of course, for both these teams, both fan bases, and we want to hear from you out there. Make sure that you drop us a comment on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll make you part of the game in tonight's Fan Zone. We'll be featuring it throughout the entire portion of this broadcast. And then the second game tonight, we got the ladies in the evening night attraction here. So drop us comments all night long about anything that has to do with the game, or heck, how your summer's going, and we'll feature you in the Fan Zone.
Yeah, I'm excited for this girls game. I feel like Clear Fork could have 2 varsity teams, and just the numbers and the depth that they have for their girls program. So many talented players that they could have 2 varsity teams that would compete in the area and do well.
Wonder if that would be allowed, Jesse. Has anybody ever contemplated that or tried that before?
We used to play a team in Cuyahoga that would do it. They'd just schedule a bunch of varsity games, but you couldn't duplicate on the roster. But then tournament time, they just picked one team. It's interesting mindset.
Madison maintaining some patience here. Coming in off the wing, Trey Fava. And the sophomore touches it over the end line, or actually to Blakely, who's going to set it up.
So just a good little bump in the box there. Does well not to foul. You got to be physical, but you can't foul in the box there. So just a good bump to just disrupt the rhythm, get him off the ball a little bit. Big goal kick by Blakely. Good flick. Hogger's going to be in here, 30 yards away. Let's see what happens.
Hogger, first shot, and just sails wide.
It's going to be a corner kick. Look at Jamison came out, got off his line, made a good save there. And we talked about that counterattack might be the Clear Fork attack for a little bit until they get some numbers going. Good goal kick by Blakely, flicked on well in the middle and just put Hogger in. Jamison does well to get off his line, makes a big save.
All created there by that flick you mentioned by Bryson Schaffner. Kind of set it up, got Hogger in space. Back selling, back post, headed barely over the top. So 2 great looks here for Clear Fork. Probably the 2 that we've had so far, the best in the first opening 6 minutes.
Yeah, certainly. We talked about getting hog. You said go hog wild, and I thought, you have to get him the ball in key opportunities. But what we're finding right now is whenever he gets the ball, it's becoming a key opportunity just because of his pace and his skill. He's getting the ball around the opposite 30 on the football field and just goes, just has the pace. Bad giveaway right to Hogger. Gets a shot off, gets the goal.
That was just sick. He was looking for the shot all the way, juked out the defender, went to the left side post, nothing but net.
Yeah, bad giveaway by Madison to create the opportunity for Hogger there, but great finish nonetheless. Plays a short goal kick and just kind of puts his head down, panics a little bit with the pressure, takes a heavy touch, and then just gives it away right to Hogger right in the middle. I'm not sure where that pass was going regardless because there wasn't a lot of opportunity there. Sometimes if you just can't find that pass, you just got to get it out of that area and certainly don't want to give it to Connor Hogger.
So 3 shots for the Colts coming in about 45 seconds. Connor Hogger coming through with the first goal of the season.
And we talked about getting the key player the ball at key moments and key opportunities. What you don't want to do if you're Madison is give the key player the ball at key opportunities, and that's what they did, and Connor Hogger makes him pay. Andy Jamison drawing a foul there on the outside. Now, Madison had some opportunities early in the game here so far. It's that counterattack that really led to all 3 of those chances. The goal kick from Blakely, flicked on, that led to a corner that Hogger put over, and then a bad giveaway. The counterattack is what you got to be careful of, so Madison can get some numbers forward here, but you just got to be aware of where's Connor Hogger at.
That was Jamison off the restart. Yeah, that's going to be deflected out of play. Goal kick on the way here for Clear Fork. And what an excellent start. You can just tell looking at number 4 in the middle of the field when he gets the ball at his feet, just looking a little bit different, more confidence this season now as a junior, and clearly, as Coach Gailey was saying during the offseason, he's the guy that they're looking to pretty much any time that they've got some momentum going towards net.
Yeah, he arguably could be one of the best players in the area right now, even being such a young player, but he's got a different pace about him right now. I mean, he's just getting the ball and just accelerating by players. Haven't even seen a lot of his skill yet. It's just been pure acceleration until we saw the goal, which is a little 1v1 move to separate for the shot, but just a different level right now.
Julius Walker sends it into the box, deflected out of there by the Colts. And that'll go out of bounds for a Clear Fork throw.
I think the Clear Fork attack, is well designed right now. They're just trying to find, I believe, Bryson Schaffner, and then his job is just hold it or flick it. You just got to read where Connor is, and then can you get Connor the ball into space or to his feet. So he's got 2 jobs, get the ball and then just make the right play after that, and so far he's done a good job at that. Bryson, a bit of a miscue there, though. See Trey on the outside, going 1v1.
Here are our fans chiming in. See Joellen cheering on all the Jamison boys. Shannon Jamison says, "Go Jamison boys!" Naturally. So a lot of love out there for these JMOs, Avi. I mean,
when you have 3 players out there, I think it just increases the chances. I like it. Certainly a unique opportunity for the family, though, to have 3 players starting in a varsity game, or 3 sons or siblings, or however you want to look at that. Certainly a cool opportunity for them.
And for the foreseeable future as well. I mean, the 2 twins, just juniors, so they'll be back for another campaign. And then the baby bro, a freshman, so already breaking into the lineup. Pretty awesome for this family affair as that corner sails in, and it's headed, deflected. Almost looked like Jack Dudley might have almost had a handball on it.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. Certainly his body language afterwards thought that maybe he accidentally hit it with his hand too, but only 2 referees in the referee crew tonight, so certainly a call like that is tough when it's the near side ref, you have your back to him, so you're okay on that regard. Just banking on the fact that the sun's in the eyes of the other referee. Perhaps another handball there, but
definitely a lot of contact. Whistle's going to go against Travis Jamison, and that'll set up the Colts.
Yeah, I think you want to be careful with Madison. You want to give away the ball here in these opportunities. That was kind of a 50-50 ball, a bad foul. Now Clear Fork can slowly get their guys forward. They can get organized, get in their attack. They've really wanted to be about the counterattack. They're going to get another corner out of it with it as well.
This will be the second corner kick of the match here for Clear Fork as we're over 10 minutes gone by here. If you're just joining us, first goal of the season, courtesy of one Connor Hager in the 33rd minute. Low line driver, but right into the hands of Jamison.
Yeah, I love that corner kick. I mean, it's just a hard-driven ball. Any touch forward, it's a good goal. And what Clear Fork is not doing is they're not sending a bunch of guys forward for the corner. They had kept 4 guys back on one Madison striker there, and somehow Madison's still kind of coming away with it. Just kind of battling through the ball right there.
Randy Jamison was almost able to sneak through that crowd and get some space in front of him, but Clear Fork recovers nicely, able to put it out of play as we'll get some substitutions on the field. Looks like Caden Webb checking out the sophomore for the Rams, getting his first breather of the night. One lobbed in there, but right at Landon McCauley.
Bit of a miscue there as to who is going to get the ball. Madison is bouncing around with it right now.
Yeah, decent setup. Almost came down at the feet of Trey Fava, but he wasn't able to uncork one.
Yeah, I liked what Braden Rogers has done, number 14 for Madison. I mean, he's done well to kind of check out wide, get the ball there. He's played a couple balls across. One was played high, and that one's kind of a miscue there. Certainly created some good opportunities for them. Ooh, tough shot to either chest or face. You couldn't tell it happened fast, but regardless, doesn't feel good.
Now here's Hager coming away with possession. Sends it through the middle now for Jaden Beachy. And this is going to be the 1-2 punch I think you're going to be hearing about a whole lot throughout the season, not just for Clear Fork, but all of Richland County and the surrounding area. I think this might be one of the better 2-unit guys in the middle of the field that we're going to see, Jesse.
Absolutely. No, I agree. These are two of the top talents here. I think one of the things they're going to have to do is they have to trust the teammates. I think both look to not play the ball wide because they wanted to keep it to each other. In this game, you've got to be able to play with at least 11 players and let players contribute, and they got to be able to receive a ball and get in the attack a little bit.
A lot of pressure from Hager is going to earn a throw in here for the Colts on the far side.
So for Madison, looks like they're maybe 1 to 2 strikers sitting up there. Certainly Braden Rogers has been up there. Randy Jamison maybe playing like an attacking mid right now. Getting some numbers back defensively and just trying to prevent that counterattack, sitting back a little bit and see if they can get Braden Rogers free.
Beachy sends it out wide, right back to him, and he's going to be called offside. Good-looking give and go, but referee all over that one.
Yeah, I like the build-up there. It was very creative. Good opportunity to get in the box. Referee was right there on the line and called him offside and is going to bring it back. This is what I'd like to see. Madison hasn't been able to possess the ball from one end to the other. In the attacking third, they've kept the ball a little bit, but obviously a bad giveaway last time in this area here, resulting in a Connor Hager goal. So it's really can they keep the ball from one end to the other, and here they can. Another great play by Rogers.
Yeah, beautiful setup out wide on the wing. See where this one ends up. Easton Mazik bringing it back, the senior. And disrupted there in the middle. They were trying to get it to Deegan Hur, and here he is, rebounding, collecting the ball back for the Rams.
Deegan Hur, younger brother of Corbin Hur, certainly has had a great career at Madison.
Little back and forth, couple of turnovers.
And James is just getting free a little bit. I just like what Rogers is doing right now.
Fava lobs it. Looked like it was heading back into the corner of the net, but just off target. Over the outstretched arm, though, of the keeper. That was a good-looking shot.
Yeah, it looked like Blakely pulled away from it. With some great vision there to think that's going out of bounds. That's pretty close to the goal. I can't imagine he couldn't get it, so he must have just known it was curving away from him, and he was at the right angle. That's a big play because I thought it was even a corner kick, but he must have not touched it at all.
Nice look at the Colts bench there, and got some pretty decent depth, I think, this season. A lot of younger kids getting into the action the last couple of years has created a situation here for the coaching staff where I think they can go a little bit deeper and feel more confident in the roster than perhaps they did a season ago.
Yeah, and I think the same can be true for Madison as well. And he talked about, at the end of the year, there might be 6, 7 freshmen up on the varsity roster and competing for spots. So that's a number you love to see. Some schools are lucky to have 6 or 7 freshmen period in the program, let alone putting 6 or 7 in your varsity program at a high level. Great
looking ball through the middle. Blakely made a nice break on it and disrupted that one.
Yeah, sometimes the saves don't have to be clean. You just have to make the right read, and Griffin did. Saw the play coming, got off his line, just put the ball away. It's a big step right away.
Ball's kept in play. Nice battle on the far side. And I think last touch by Clear Fork. It will be a corner kick. This will be corner number 3 for Madison.
Madison has certainly gotten in the attacking area a little bit, but has yet to kind of put anything away. Clever little corner kick play here. Good ball in. Ooh, missed touch though.
Nice cross set up that time by Joey Walker. This one blasted. Blakely takes it off the hop. So Clear Fork. Go ahead, Jesse.
Clever little corner kick play they drew up. They go short, makes the right read, plays a good ball in, and just not the right angle to try and finish, but I like the buildup that they had.
Just creating any activity in front of the net. Always a good thing. Gives you more chances, and just putting pressure on the goalkeeper. You know, you want a little bit of added stress on their shoulders at any time if you can.
Absolutely. Putting that ball in the way you do. If you're a defender, you're running back at the ball, and it's so hard. You see a lot of own goals that way where teams accidentally score. And, you know, or if they don't, either deflect it into you, or it's just such a tough play. And Madison just can't quite finish that one out. But good opportunity for them. Probably their best of the match so far. One of the things I wonder, you watch the pace and the movement of Connor Harger, is what is the conditioning like? You know, one of the things he talked about is you can't duplicate game speed, and then it's the game fitness. You know, can he keep that pace and match for 80 minutes? You know, that obviously you think young guys can go, but I mean, he is moving quite a bit. A lot of steps, a lot of movement with the ball, without the ball. Griffin Blakely comes off his line there again, makes the right save.
And especially today, 5 o'clock kickoff for them, so it's going to be all under the sun here this afternoon, a little bit warmer than the typical standard game that you're going to be able to play where half of it comes under the lights.
So
but at least for now, he's got that pace.
Yeah, that's the play, though. I think you got to give the ball up a little bit sooner. He's not really going anywhere. He's not really doing anything. He's just drawing a bunch of pressure and then forced to play it back. So I think got to trust the teammates to play it wide. Right now, I think the mantra is just keep the ball in the middle with these two, and certainly they're talented players. You just got to be able to find some other guys as well.
Here comes Schaffner. Really nobody in the middle of the field.
Oh, the referee put his whistle to his mouth. He thought about it. He was about 60 yards away, but it certainly was a lot of contact there. I think he hit the ball first from my angle, it looked like.
Yeah, that was Jaden Goad with the tackle that they've let slide here. No whistle.
Substitution for Clear Fork, Hayden Wilson checking into the game. And
I believe both Hager and Beachy have played these first 19 minutes strong. So to your point about conditioning, how often are they going to get an opportunity to sit down?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, I'm not sure what he called a high kick here. You don't see that a lot. Nobody else was really around the ball, but it's right in front of the referee, so he's made that call there. Yeah, we'll see. You know, two guys, obviously top talented players. They play year-round, but playing 80 minutes in this heat at the work rate that's going to be needed for them to compete. You know, it's one of those things. Are they better fatigued than some of your guys on the bench? Possibly. You know, so you just got to kind of make that decision on the fly and see what does fatigue and their fitness look like.
Throw-in's going to belong to Madison here. Easton Mazak here with the throw. Finds Rogers looking to turn the corner. A lot of pressure on him.
Good play by Rogers as well to keep possession, get the ball in the attacking area again.
But the Clear Fork defense doing a nice job of taking away the rock before it was able to get into a compromising position.
Anything flashy by Rogers. I just like a lot of his decision-making, though. Just making the right play, putting the ball into dangerous areas. Joey Walker, another freshman here, super talented with the ball, draws the foul as well.
It's going to go against Landon McCauley, the sophomore defender, and great opportunity here for the Rams. So they're going to set up about 7 yards outside the 18.
Let's see. Again, we talked about Madison, their creativity on the free kicks. You just kind of got to be aware of everybody who's near the ball. Everybody's looking at the ball. You'll kind of see just different players, different options here. They've got a couple guys who can put it on target from here. So I wouldn't get too creative. I think you've got a chance to put something on target and create a goal-scoring opportunity. I think you do it. You can see a little bit of creativity already. 4 guys near the ball.
They set it up. Low driver, deflected almost immediately.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you'd run a play like that if it's a direct kick. I mean, you can put it on goal without any other touch, and you don't put it wide enough to beat the wall. So, it's early. It's early in the season, so not everything's executed at a high level. Did call another foul, though, so there's going to be a Madison free kick right outside the box.
5th foul already against Clear Fork. Last 2, of course, resulting in some free kick action for the Rams. They'll lob it into the middle.
I always wonder if a miss like that's intentional or not. Certainly looked to make a play on the ball, but let it go, and the player dangerous right behind him. But we'll never know. Only he will know.
In my brain, I usually give them the benefit of the doubt if it looks cool like that one, Jesse, thinking that they got some friends behind them, and they did. There was about 3-4 Rams all there in the area.
Yeah, I like that. I like the creativity, like the flair behind it. You just sometimes it might just be misjudging the ball. Connor again with the ball in the box. Great ball, great goal.
Wow.
What a touch by Bryson Schaffner.
So Clear Fork with a 2-0 advantage as we're just past the midway point here in half number 1, but you gotta give most the credit there to Hager for setting that whole thing up, taking on the defender, going down to the touchline, and look at this cross, man. That's called threading the needle. Perfect placement, but excellent position on the back half there for Bryson Schaffner.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the play, the build up there. I mean, Connor Hager took on the double team, still got the ball out of it, and then played the perfect ball across. Tell you what, that touch, although it's so close to the goal, that's not an easy goal to score. I mean, you're running in full pace. You got to make contact. It's got to go forward. All the momentum's taking you away from the goal. That's a good goal. That's a really good goal. Really, and when you think about the play, 10 seconds before that was a Madison free kick at the at the other 20-yard line, to use the football term. It's that counterattack. Clear Fork just kind of comes out of nowhere. Connor gets the ball, gets some space, and he's just that playmaker that'll make you pay.
Colts with just 4 shots so far, but 2 of them finding their mark.
Not a bad ratio. Not a bad ratio when you're scoring 50% of your goals.
And this is the young man that's really been making it pop for them, Connor Hager, and you see just his work rate. Incredible when he's near the ball so far here tonight.
The referee again put his whistle to his mouth, but decided not to blow it. I thought it might have been a little foul. Came through the back of his leg. He's got the ball back already. Doesn't matter. Oh, splits 2 defenders.
Whew.
He's going for more.
Oh, deflected. Almost ended up at the feet of Schaffner. Could have been 2 goals in a matter of about 90 seconds for him.
Yeah, we talk about the fatigue. I think Schaffner, he's played a decent amount as well at a high rate. Just working hard to win that first ball and flick it on and find the space. So it looks to be a little gassed there. We'll see if if Clear Fork will look to sub some of these players or just try and let them rest on the other end.
Nice opportunity for a counterattack here for the Rams. It ends up just with Walker, left foot out of play. And another goal kick coming up for the Colts.
Yeah, Walker's going to be a player. You're going to hear his name quite a bit over the next couple of years. He's a fun player, skilled, smart. I think once he gets a little bit of, some of the things, we have some of these freshmen who maybe don't have the size of the other players yet, but the skill. Once the speed, the size kind of catches up with them, it's just a whole new level of player. And so I think Walker's going to be one of those players of, so talented already. Once he kind of get that high school build a little bit, it's going to be another level for him.
Another foul against Clear Fork. They'll set up a 2-man wall as Madison got guys peppered all outside of the 18. They'll lob it in left side. It gets through. Let's see who is touched by. They're going to say Clear Fork.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Rams.
So 4th chance at a corner kick here in this opening half for Madison, who's going to make a quick substitution. Looks like Fava trotting back on. CJ Steffi going to check out here for the Rams.
Maybe Julius Walker, I think, actually is the one coming on. For 23.
Yeah, you're right. Great looking ball, the header. Blakely somehow got just enough of it. We're going to have to see that on the.
What a chaotic play. I mean,
are they calling? Okay. I think they're calling it a goal.
The goal kick.
Goal kick.
Yeah, goal kick, yeah. He made the save into the post, hits him, and then deflects just wide of the goal. What a chaotic 12 seconds off the corner kick there. Blakely coming up big.
All right, so we got to see this is all right. So after the deflection there, but you see the Braden Rogers there, just the expression on his face is just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's as close as you
played
can
so
get.
well, absolutely. And I think Blakely makes a great first save, and then a whole lot of luck for that ball to hit the post and somehow hit Blakely and not go back in. Goes wide, and Rogers puts it wide. So I mean, what a frantic couple of seconds there. Certainly the best opportunity for Madison. They've had some good opportunities. They've just not finished. So we'll see how, over the course of the game, you're going to have to score some goals to win some games. Right now being down 2 anyways, you definitely need 2 to get back in it. But getting close doesn't really count for goals.
3 saves now for Clear Fork and Blakely. Just the reaction time to be able to make that last save possible. I mean, that's a millisecond decision there to throw up that hand and be able to knock it off of the upright.
Yeah, certainly being big in that moment certainly is advantageous, where you just take away more of the goal than a little guy would. And Blakely's kind of got the big build back there, but just right timing, right play, right positioning, does it all to keep the ball out of the back of the net. Even though for a moment I wasn't sure if it was out of the back of the net or not.
So for Madison, we'll see if that at least builds up their confidence a little bit with some of these young strikers and offensive players that they have on the field right now, and see if they can string together a couple more scoring chances. Because as you mentioned, they've been pretty darn close here, and can't get much closer than that last shot attempt.
Absolutely. They've had, I think, 3 quality opportunities where could have resulted in a goal, but you just at some point you got to bury them. Here you see the 1-2 punch of Beachy and Hogger again. Good combination play.
Yeah, beautiful feed.
Beachy might have given up a little too early there.
Just behind Schaffner with the pass to the middle of the field, and here come the Rams looking for a counterattack.
Ooh, it's close. That's close. That's a good ball by Julius Walker. I thought Joey Walker kept his run on. It was close, though. I didn't look up until the ball was played, and he was certainly ahead of the defender at that point. Referee's right there, and he's known for making the right call at the right time.
First offsides of the night against Madison. As we're under 13 minutes to go here, opening half, Friday Night Football. Richland County rivals going head-to-head. Clear Fork looking for their 3rd straight victory over the Rams here tonight. Beat them 3-2 last year over at their place.
Griffin coming off his line again. Well, again, not the best save, but it's all timing, right? It's just timing. You get off your line, you make the right decision. Sometimes the result is the save you need to make. Nothing flashy about it, just making the routine play correct again. Hayden Wilson got caught standing there a little bit. One of the things you learn at this level is you can't just wait for the ball to get to. You have to go get it. Otherwise, someone's going to beat you to it. I think that lesson learned there. You can hear the coaches tell them that as well.
Rams looking to work down the far sideline with Caden Webb. Now moving into the middle of the field. Good looking ball, but just a little bit too much juice on it, intended for Joey Walker.
Number 3, Colton Winger checking in, another freshman for the Colts. I think getting his first varsity action. Giving Bryson Schaffner a well-deserved rest. I like what he's done. I think he understands his role well. It's just he's got to win the ball in midfield, hold it, find Connor, and go from there. Looks like Madison went for a line change over there. I didn't see all the guys who came in and came out. Looks like 4 players substituted on and off.
So major changes here and some fresh bodies into the mix for Tim Lord's group. I think maybe the longest tenured coach that we have in high school soccer in the area. I don't even know how many years he's been doing. I think
He's
at least
been
20,
around
right?
For a long time, yeah. I'm trying to think when that would have started. I don't know. I don't have a start date for him. Before time was kept, apparently, Tim. Big tackle. It's
Wow.
a great tackle in the middle of the field. They've not done that, I don't think, a single time this game where they've stopped Connor with the ball. It's number 11 for Madison, Jaden Goad. It's a big step in the middle. I think that has to be a talking point at halftime. You know, Connor's just had kind of the run of play through the middle. He's been able to go wherever he wants, do whatever he wants. You need those type of tackles.
And the whistle comes here. A little jersey tug against Julius Walker.
I think it is going to be probably yellow, at least by the definition of the game. Pulling the jersey like that's going to be yellow, absolutely.
So the freshman His first varsity yellow card. He's into the record books. Just the second foul against Madison, though, in this first half.
Certainly slows the play down. Whether it's necessary or not, I don't think so. He's 70 yards from the goal. Did slow the play down, stops the play. But you take a yellow in the process. I don't know if that's the right move necessarily. I think you just get back in front of the ball. Or you learn to foul without getting a card. The jersey pull, I think, is what did him in for the card. There's nothing wrong with the foul there and slowing the game down. But you can't just go grabbing jerseys like that. Clear Fork went long with the free kick, but none of the players did. Down to 10 minutes left in the first half here. A lot of goal-scoring opportunities for the Rams, but no goals. A couple goal-scoring opportunities for the Colts and 2 goals, which is kind of the way the game has gone so far.
Yeah, certainly Clear Fork capitalizing on their opportunities. 4 shots, 2 goals up to this point, and for the Rams, they've had 4 pretty crisp looks on net so far. One of them real close. We'll see if they get another shot right here. They will, but Blakely out of his hands.
That's a handball. That's a terrible miscall by the referee. So the coaches are going right after him. He clearly handballed the ball forward and then finished after his chances. Griffin bobbles it, so there's the error there. But you're going to see on the replay, after the bobble, jumps up, pops up, hits the Madison player right in the hands, and then he finishes right there.
So Randy Jamison will be credited with his first career varsity goal, though with a little bit of controversy, but it still goes down in the scorebook as a goal. And more importantly, if you're a Rams fan, cuts the deficit in half here.
Absolutely. Now, certainly taking nothing away from Madison, their build up there. I mean, Joey Walker had the shot he wanted. I'd say probably mishit a little bit, puts it kind of at Griffin. Griffin bobbles it, and then just pops up. I think hits Randy in the hand, and Randy finishes it after that. There's going to be a yellow card to the coach here. He warned him a couple of times. You can see it's a pretty heated conversation right now. A coach has a valid point. I think clearly a handball that led to a goal-scoring opportunity, but you got to stop at some point. You're not going to, he's blown his whistle. He's made his call. There's no changing it now.
Still never seen a referee change their mind after the fact. So you're right, Jesse. At a certain point, you just got to decide, okay, he's heard my point.
I wouldn't say never, but certainly the frequency of it happening is very slim.
Well, actually, you're right. I've got to think back that there was one time last year that I can remember where a call got changed like 3 different times. It was a goal, and then they decided it wasn't a goal, and then they decided it was a goal. I can't remember specifically. I think it was here at the Colt Corral, though, our second home.
Yeah, we've seen our fair share of controversy here, just different things happening and trying to piece together what's happening. The referees, unlike football, don't have the microphones to let the fans and announcers know what's going on, so sometimes it's left to our discretion, which sometimes doesn't go well.
But it can also be fun that we can, put some thoughts into their own minds and explain it our way, what the referee is thinking and how they've seen the play unravel there. So pros and cons to
I'm
everything.
always curious for referees, what's the deciding factor when a coach is talking to you? When have you had enough? So clearly the coach was going after him for a while, and to a degree, rightfully so, but also to a degree the call had been made. But what's the line? Was it something that was said? The amount of words that was said, the tone in which it was said repeatedly? What is it that brought about it there? I don't know. One of life's finer mysteries, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just depends on the night, and there's Blakely coming out with another nice save.
I love everything about that play. I think the final ball can be on the ground. It forces Blakely into a tougher save. Again, Blakely off his line. Does a good job there. Good build-up by Madison. There's Trey Favre on the outside. Good run down the line. Blakely with a huge punt out. Turns some Madison defenders around.
Yeah, man, that hit at the football 30.
He is the Clear Fork varsity kicker as well. Not necessarily the punter. Maybe he is. I don't know. I guess I don't specifically know that. I think there's a different punter, but maybe after that he will be.
Yeah, might get a tryout.
It's going to be a foul on Joey Walker there. Again, I think some of the youthfulness of Madison, you've got to learn how to foul and when to foul. Clear Fork's chasing the ball back to their own goal. You've got all the momentum, all the pressure. So a foul in the back does you no good. It actually gives Clear Fork the ball, and you have to retreat. So, again, youthfulness and some of the defensive tactics. I like their talent. I like their skill level. It's just learning some of the mental parts of the game.
Walker,
by Walker.
Yeah, tracks it down. Beautiful looking play. Keeping the ball in the middle of the field, though heading the opposite direction. And Clear Fork Boy, they have just got a wall built back there defensively. A lot of black jerseys.
Good speed by Randy Jamison. Does well to get a corner out of that. This is hustle and determination there by Randy Jamison, and turned what could have been a goal kick, and just the pressure and hustle gets a corner kick out of it.
This will be the 5th opportunity for Madison here in this opening half on corners.
The ball that Madison played in on the corner kicks has been good. They're just not connected anything on the other end yet. Sometimes it's half. You got to have a good ball in, but you got to finish the other side. The ball is there. Blakely breaks his line again.
And I think him coming off and creating that contact did just enough to get out of the harm's way.
I think you got to punch it next time and just clear the ball effectively out of there. I mean, he does well to get contact on it, but for his level, I think he can make that punch save and just get it out of that area.
Rogers can't keep it in play. It's going to be a Clear Fork throw-in here on the near side. And Beachy with no defense around him lays it back.
Yeah, you and Coach Lord saying the same thing there. You could hear Coach Lord yelling too much time. Madison is kind of was sitting back and waiting. You got to create turnovers with some pressure here. There's the speed and skill of Hogger again. Shots off. And that's what Coach Lord was alluding to. If you give the other guys time, it's easier for them to find Connor, to find Beachy, and to make those plays. You got to press them. Don't let them get the ball where they want to get the ball. And just that chaotic press does that. I think Madison could have been a little bit of disorganization, could be some fatigue, could just be a lack of focus, but certainly gave some time for the Clear Fork back line to be able to find the ball they wanted.
Excellent build-up, though, between Beachy and Hogger, of course, there in the middle of the field. You can just see that they've got a nice connection, and even though they don't have great spacing at times, they utilize each other very well in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I like a lot of what Madison's doing. I mean, they're moving the ball well. They're getting in the attack. It's just some silly mistakes sometimes that are proven to be costly, whether it's fouls, whether it's turnovers, or just not finishing your chances. But certainly they've played well. Deegan Hurd getting forward here with the ball a little bit. Again, that's the type of play right there. You've got to make the read where you're getting in the attacking third. You've got some numbers, and then you're playing it right at the feet of the Clear Fork defender.
Jamison sends it back. This one darted left of net.
It's tough play. You don't mind the shot. It's got to be on goal. You got to force Blakely into a save. I think you got to go back post, and that way, if it's deflected, if it's bobbled, you're right there, and kind of another cleanup goal. I think Madison's got a number of players who are capable of making plays. It's just, can they kind of get that chemistry of making plays together? A lot of new players together, and it's what Summer League's for. It's what the Summer's for, and sometimes in games 1, 2, and 3, you see some of the just kind of lack of chemistry.
But almost all freshmen and sophomores up top right now for the Rams. So, I mean, the future obviously on display here, but this is also the current. It looks like this is what they're rolling with, and at least checking them out here on night 1 of the season, seeing what type of game these youngsters can bring to the equation. Absolutely.
You know, we talk about the freshmen. They've got a junior class that's pretty strong as well. You look at the Jamison twins, Deegan Hurd. There again, you see the speed and the skill of Hogger. Again, you see the speed and skill of Hogger. Tell you what, who's it, 29? Aubrey Price. He tracked back 20 yards after getting beat. Didn't quit, didn't give up. Comes back and makes the tackle that was needed to be made. That's a big play.
But just to be able to go at full speed, which when it's Hogger, it's a little bit faster than your standard cat, to have the foot skills to get around dudes like that, I mean, it's different than your standard high school kid, and that's why he's going to have so much success this season.
Yeah, his pace and comfortability with the ball is unmatched in this game right now. I mean, he's willing to take players on 1v1. He's got the pace to make you pay if he does, you know, and then he's obviously finished and got an assist as well. That's another great ball in.
Yeah, excellent leave, giving Bryson an opportunity to run up on it. Good job by Jamison to come out, meet the ball before Bryson was able to.
Absolutely. That's a good read by Jamison. It's kind of an underrated play. A bit of contact there. So this is the type of play that you don't necessarily see that if you're a high school official, you've not played. There's contact on the leg that takes you off the ball. Most, professional leagues, college, that's a foul. In high school, Griffin going for the one hand. Not quite the technique you want, but he does it. He gathers it. Then another save has been made. But some of those fouls in the middle, there's contact on his leg. He goes down. It should be a foul. Referees, they would say there's not enough there, but any contact on the leg that takes you off the ball is a foul. It's an impressive and unorthodox save by Blakely in the back there. I like it. He's keeps everybody on their toes.
Yeah, definitely elevated. Got way up in the air. Tried to palm that baby with one hand. Would have been pretty slick if he could have brought it down.
That's a great ball to Rogers here. Let's see if he can get the first touch on it. He does to a degree. Rogers works hard to win the second touch.
Good back and forth going. Now here's Faith. Nobody on the other end there. On that leave to the middle. As we're down to 2 minutes remaining here in this opening half. Colts started the match with a 2-1 advantage. Madison getting a bit of a controversial goal from Randy Jamison, and they are right back in it. Anything, of course, coming in late time, always huge if you can punch in a goal one way or the other.
Bryson Schaefer just kind of trucking down the field, keeping the ball, not really keeping the ball at that point. I think you see some fatigue from Clear Fork here. I think they're going to be content to just kind of run the clock out, not give away a shot to Madison at this point. It's a good ball by Beachy. Tough header, though. Does well at least get it going forward. 80 seconds left in the half. I think if you're Clear Fork, you just want to kind of keep the ball in front of you. Don't give away any more attempts. Fatigue is certainly set in at this point. You can see Beachy slow to get back. Connor's slow to get back.
Travis Jamison, good-looking ball through the middle. And I think deflected last off of Clear Fork and Jack Dudley. So opportunity for a corner kick here for Madison with just under a minute to go.
Yep, absolutely. Madison, one quick sub. Shouts of a PK there. I don't think so. I think he got the ball. Certainly some contact on the upper body as well, but definitely some contact with the ball, hopefully first. Travis Jamison in no hurry for the corner kick. 40 seconds left. I think they're going to try and get the last good attempt out of it here. Kind of the similar mindset. They don't want to let Clear Fork get forward and get on a counterattack.
Here it is. Ball bending back away from the net.
That's kind of a fatigued corner right there. The ball in was great, but 4 Madison players stayed at the top of the box. So either was the right design play. Down to 18 seconds left.
This one back post is going to sail a little bit, but still an opportunity here for Faith. Kept it on the ground. Clear Fork gets it out of the box. And that will bring us to the end of an exciting opening first half here between these two Richland County rivals inside of the Colt Corral. It is Friday Night Football. It is halftime. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with some stats, analysis. Get you ready for half number 2. Keep it here. It's only streaming live and free on the OH Report.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively, right here on the OH Report.
halftime here at the fabulous Colt Corral in stunning Belleville, Ohio. Here are your halftime stats brought to you by Park National Bank. And the first 40 minutes of the season for both of these teams, Jesse, we saw some good things on both sides. Clear Fork capitalizing on more opportunities, but Madison creating quite a bit more in the possession percentage. I mean, we really felt like they dominated the time on the ball.
Yeah, I think you look at the stats, and Madison is leading every stat you want to be leading in, except for goals scored. And I think Clear Fork has just been opportunistic. I think the chances they've created have been quality, and they've been able to finish those chances. I think the chances Madison have created have been quality. The difference is just the finishing right now. Clear Fork, 2 great goals. Madison, a bit of a controversial goal, but I like a lot of their build-up, a lot of their attempts. I think they're getting the ball where they want to get the ball. It's just you've got to find, and sometimes when you have the young players and experienced players, you've got to find players who want to score goals and will just throw their body at the ball in the box. They've had several. They get the ball to the end line, they get the ball wide, they put the ball in. They're just not connecting on corners, on the balls coming in from the wings. I think you just got to find guys who can finish that. And right now, I've not seen anyone from Madison kind of step up to that plate yet.
Yeah, certainly a lot of freshmen are involved in the attack right now for Madison, so you got to compliment Tim Lord for at least experimenting here early on in the season, seeing what some of these young bucks getting their first taste of varsity action are going to bring out there. But on the other side, a little bit more established players for Clear Fork when you look at the two studs in the middle. Connor Hager, obviously the junior, along with Jaden Beachy, also an 11th grader. And then I think you can also throw Schaffner in there too. Those 3 juniors, those have been the guys creating the offense so far, starting to drink for Clear Fork. So I think it's really just a matter for me of, kind of some inexperienced attackers versus some guys that have done it a lot more on the other side for Clear Fork. And that's kind of been the result that we're seeing, 2-1 in favor right now of Clear Fork.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's right now, it's Clear Fork just kind of they have the composure with the ball in the box. They're not forcing anything, and they're putting the ball where they know they need to put it to score goals. I think we have to credit Clear Fork's defense a little bit. I mean, certainly Griffin Blakely has played well. One bobble that led to a goal, but I think he's made the saves he's supposed to make, and he's made some big saves in addition to that. So I think he's really kind of been the anchor back there. And credit to Clear Fork's defenders is that they're not giving up a lot of goals. They're getting broken down a little bit on the wings, and the ball's coming in from there. But I think they're young and experienced as well. And so kind of piecing everything together, I think you have to be pleased if you're Coach Gailey with how the half ended and how the half began. You saw progress, you saw goal-scoring opportunities, and obviously you have a 2-1 lead over a crosstown rival. If you're Madison, I think you're excited and kind of maybe annoyed at the same time. Certainly you see the talent you have, you see the ability you have. It's just not clicking yet. In first half, first game, you'll see that sometimes. Coach Sord's a great coach. I would expect to see a better Madison team in the second half than I did the first half. And I expect to see just little improvements is what you're looking for at this point in the game, this point in the season. Can we just get little improvements in different parts of the field, different positions, different players? Can you just be a little bit better than you were when we started the game?
We'll take one more quick break. Second half action on the way just on the other side. Live and free high school soccer exclusively on the Friday night football action here. It's all coming back after this.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Second half action just about to begin here at the Colt Corral. Clear Fork, the home team, with a 2-1 advantage right now over former conference and Richland County rival Madison here on the road, as the Colts looking for their third consecutive win over Madison in this long rivalry. I'm Brian Skronsky. Got Jesse Ryder with me here tonight. And fun first half of soccer. He made a lot of great points there here at the half, so we'll see what transpires, who steps up here in the second half. And even though it's a long season out here, obviously, I think a win on Friday Night Futbol to kick off the season, it might be able to go a long way for either of these teams. For Madison, with these young guys, get some confidence. And for Clear Fork, if you feel like this is a team that can actually do something this season, you can't come out of the gates and lose to a young team like Madison, right?
Yeah, this is an important game, right? It doesn't necessarily matter in the conference play or things like that, but first of all, it's crosstown, right? These guys all know each other. We saw the pregame hugs and high fives and all that, so it's familiarity, so that brings its own rivalry. But then it's, there's a little bit of Clear Fork it's certainly not the level that they have been in previous years, but they're still a good team. And Madison believes they're kind of on the upswing here, and they've got some young guys who want to get out and compete. So you're exactly right. This is a big marker of, hey, where are we at right now with teams in the area? And I think both teams are kind of feeling each other out and thinking, okay, we're right there. We can play. We look at some of the other top teams in the area, Lexington, Ontario. I think this year more than ever it's going to be pretty even. We've seen some lopsided scores in the past couple of years with some of the, predominantly Lexington, Ontario being the top two. I think this year it's fairly even. I think there's going to be some really good games for a lot of the conference games, the local games. I'm excited to see what soccer looks like for the guys' side this year.
I kind of felt like that was going to be the case last year, and then Lexington at least far exceeded my expectations of what they are going to accomplish. So I just feel like Peter Tem, maybe the best that we have here in the area in terms of a boys soccer coach with that program and what he's been able to establish. Got a sneaky suspicion Lexington, the purple and gold, probably going to be the best that we have in the area again, Jesse. But who knows, man? At some point, it can't always be rainbows and roses. You got to have a down season eventually, right?
You would think, right? You would think. But, Lex is just right now, they're just churning out district championships, getting in the state Final Four,
right?
All the big things. And so basically you don't believe until you see it, until you see, okay, there's somebody there's around here that can beat Lexington. And right now, I don't know if there is yet, honestly. I think it's going to be even. I still would pick Lexington to be the top team in the area for the guys' side. So we'll see. The season will kind of help gauge that a little bit. Ashland's the one team I'm not sure where they're going to line up this year. I think they've got some talent as well. Ontario returns the top goal scorer, who's All-Ohio, All-American, if I'm not mistaken. And so obviously when you can tout that you have that back, you're going to be a decent team regardless of what's around. So there's going to be some good games. I still would think Lex is probably the team to beat. Certainly they've got the success that kind of builds at the past couple of years. And for whatever reason, everybody just loves to beat Lex, and so we'll see what that looks like for the guys.
I still can't really put my thumb on that, and I've asked many players over the years that I've been doing this job, why is Lexington, even if you're not a conference rival of theirs, why is that the team that you focus on? And we just don't like them. And Lexington's
there's no story, there's no rich history
really
of a long ride. It's Lexington, and we don't like him for some reason.
There's no background to it. Just it's Lexington. No thanks.
Madison has just kind of been in the attack here to start the second half, not resulting in goal-scoring opportunities, but just getting in the attacking third, but no shots to show for it, really.
Yeah, I don't have them down for an actual registered shot yet here in the second half, but you're right, just kind of hanging around with the ball. Got some opportunities that have been brewing, but nothing actually towards net yet. And Clear Fork on the other side, they haven't even been able to break into enemy territory.
Yeah, you think about the flow of the game, and you look at it. Madison attacked. I think the referee got confused with which team was going which way there. I think a bit of a missed call on the throw-in. Madison attacked a lot of the first half. Clear Fork was just super opportunistic. That when they did attack, they attacked, and they made Madison pay.
A lot of that credit's got to go, obviously, to Beachy and Hogger in the middle, because once they get it, and Madison was giving them a little bit too much space, I think, early on in the match, kind of suffocated them a little bit more as it went on. But, man, once they get it, they're just so quick with the ball, their decision-making. They might hang on to it a second or two too long, but, hey, if you're going to make the plays that they were in the middle of the field, you're going to let that happen if you're a coaching staff. You want your guys to want to have the ball and go out there and try to get towards net, and certainly those two have been doing that the entire night, every time they're getting the rock.
Yeah, interesting development here from Madison. I'm looking out there, and one of the players I was impressed with in the first half was number 14, Braden Rogers. I don't see him out here yet. Looks like Joey Walker, the freshman, is getting the start up top right now. It'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out. Obviously, you've got freshmen who Joey played a great first half as well. I thought Braden contributed at a high level, a lot of dangerous balls into the box. So we'll just see how some of these things shape out. First game, you got to figure out minutes, rotations, kind of all those adjustments on the fly. And so far, it's given Madison a good attack. And here's Jamison in the box.
Oh, great move. Randy ties us up. Sick individual effort. And we're all square at 2 apiece.
Tell you what, for all the controversy of the first goal, there's nothing there. That's just pure skill there. Takes the defender on one-on-one, gets a great touch, sets himself up, and a great finish in the back of the net. Really impressive goal here you see. Just good speed and acceleration to get around the corner there, and just composure. And side netting. What a great finish by Randy Jamison. I love the composure of the freshman. You don't see a lot of freshmen who can finish at that level, and he does, and he did.
Game-changing type of play right there. Madison has really had the run of the competition here in the first 5 minutes, and their first shot resulting in a big goal right there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's been all Madison in the second half. I think probably some of the decisions for Madison has been, we've got to tighten up on Hogger, eliminate when and how he's getting the ball, just put some pressure on him immediately, and just keep him in front of you. And see, he's not done much the second half yet. He's young in the half here. But then once they do that, once they can stay in the attack, it's going to be a free kick there for Clear Fork. Once they can stay in the attack, it just generates more chances. So I think it's part of that pressure, part of that understanding. Kind of a good battle back and forth now.
And changes the dynamic of the game as you get back to even with that equalizer from Jamison. And you're right, pretty much anywhere you look, there's a Jamison on the field that's doing something. So it's been fun to watch these 3 brothers all make contributions at different ends and in different parts of the game so far as we get a foul. It's going to go against Clear Fork.
Yeah, certainly you wonder what the backyard games were like for these guys. Obviously, and their sister in the mix as well. They can all play a little bit. It's kind of a fun sibling rivalry that, my guess, knowing them a little bit, it doesn't always result, in kind of the friendly game sportsmanship there. Maybe some cheap shots on each other, a little bit of friendly trash talk. Going to be a Clear Fork throw-in. A couple subs coming in and out, though. Number 7, Chris Mazzola checking in for Clear Fork. And Braden Rogers did check in for Madison there. He was going to play, looks like, more on the wing for Madison. Might be an interesting setup for him. He certainly was able to play the ball into the middle, and if he can get the ball out wide, might be some good stuff generating there.
Nice header, sets the ball up at the feet of Joey Walker. Is going to play it out wide. Here's Rogers, just checked in.
Jamison hard run in the box. Good ball by Rogers.
Oh, still in harm's way if you're Clear Fork, but they do get it out of there.
There's a little bit different attitude amongst Madison right now. You can just tell they're not quite the same of just trying to feel the game out right now. They're going after it a little bit. A little more aggressive in their tackles, a little more confident with the touches on the ball. Clear Fork's going to have to sharpen up defensively or might result in a long second half.
And I think sometimes that's just what actually executing a goal can do for you, Jesse, where we had them in the first half for almost 70% of the possession. They were doing a great job of getting into the attacking third, but they just couldn't put them away. So getting that early goal here might set the tone for the Rams, at least for the next 5-10 minutes, where they're the more confident bunch and could prove to be a difference at the end of the match.
Absolutely. A goal does a lot of things for you. I mean, builds confidence, builds momentum, and then all of a sudden you just realize you can do it at this level in this facility against this team. That's another good ball in by Clear Fork Beach. He got tangled up a little bit, nothing in a foul sense, but certainly stopped his momentum, and Jamison comes off his line and makes the save.
Excellent punt. Takes a hop, and it's going to land at the feet here of Walker.
What? This referee's just made him. That's terrible.
We're looking at a PK.
Let's see where he spots it. There's no reason for the play not to develop there. He's got the ball on a breakaway. You just got to let the play out. If he goes down, it's a PK. Ooh, I don't love that. It's just an early whistle because if Walker scores, the Madison coaching staff has every right to be very upset with the referee.
Yeah, reading the body language of Joey Walker as that one's going to be deflected, it kind of felt like he was like, oh, just let me go in and get that shot off.
You can see the build-up here. I mean, pure speed, a lot of pressure. certainly leaning into him. There's no need for the foul at that point. I mean, he's got the ball at his feet. You just got to let it play on. And Travis Jamison getting a quick break off. It's going to be a corner kick for Madison. Number 3, Easton Mazak is going to be taking the corner. One of the few seniors for Madison. Going short again. I love the build-up, love the play. Ooh, not much on the left-footed shot, though, from Easton.
Third shot here for the Rams in the second half. No scoring chances yet created for Clear Fork, though kind of their MO in that first half was just capitalizing on their opportunities. Just 5 shots, 2 of them resulting in goals. So we'll see if they kind of have that same strategy unfold here as Hogger trying to knife through a couple of Rams players gets the benefit of the call.
Yeah, I think that's you have to be physical with him to slow him down here. I mean, again, you just see his pace and his skill to get through there. Beats one defender, nearly beats second defender, and takes the foul in the process. And here's what we've not seen a lot of from Clear Fork. You get a chance for a free kick here. I don't think you need to be super creative. I think you just let Connor have a go at it and see what he can do. You can see he's just telling everybody to get away from it. Yeah. It's a 22-yard shot. Let him have it.
So we got a 5-man wall built up right in the middle for the Rams, and it's right into the teeth.
There's no creativity. I'm fine with some creativity, but there's nothing. Just hit it hard at the wall.
Now here's Hogger, brings it back.
See the speed and skill here. He's just gone everywhere.
Yeah, that was a lot of work to get down to that end line, brought it back, but then resulting in just Madison coming back the other way. But how about stepping up, making a big defensive play here, Macaulay?
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Hogger give the ball up. I know you're trying to get that shot off, but you beat 3 defenders or drew 3 defenders out. You know you've got a guy open in the middle somewhere. You just got to go put the ball in and see if good things can happen. Oh, it's just good pressure by Walker. Tough touch by Macaulay.
Here comes Joey showcasing some of his top-end speed. Looking to throw on a juke move, and nice recovery there by the Clear Fork defense to force him to send it back here to Mazak, who turns, finds some space, unloads, but Blakely, full extension. Big save.
Yeah, that is a great and difficult save he made there. I mean, he's low, he extends out, pushes it away. That's a big save. You'll see the replay right here. Good build-up from Madison. Walker does well to keep possession. They bring it back. Blakely just extends out. It's definitely going in. It's a save he needed to make and does it well. Now, the execution on the finish of the corners have not been great for Madison. The ball in has usually been pretty consistent, pretty solid. This one's low. It's driven. Still bouncing.
Oh,
Walker
big shot.
Blasts it. Freshman again. Number 13, Joey Walker, just drills it. It's a dream. The ball just bounces to you in the middle of the box, and Joey Walker just absolutely lasers it back corner.
Madison with their first lead of the match. 3 unanswered goals, none bigger than that laser shot. Blakely got a couple of fingertips on it, but just too much pace, and it ends up in the back.
Yeah, we talked about this. Credit to Coach Lord here. He's made some adjustments that have really proven to be beneficial for Madison. Finding somebody who's just going to step forward and just hit the ball, keep it on goal, and that has been Joey Walker and Randy Jamison right now. I mean, they're just 2 freshmen, but freshmen contributing at a high level. And certainly doing some fun things out there.
How about all the offense right now coming from 9th graders if you're Madison? It's got to be exciting, certainly, to see these guys coming out, big stage, on the road, and right now kind of putting the team on their back in terms of the offensive end.
It is a special group of freshmen for sure. Good skill by Deegan Hurd to keep the ball there. There's just some confidence with Madison right now.
Oh, nice turn, a little bit of a bump, no call there against Beachy.
Clear Fork appears to be on their heels a little bit. See Joey Walker, his pressure, he's going to create a corner kick just by working hard. It's what you love to see. He's just got some confidence with him right now. He gets the goal. He's been creating some opportunities. He's won a corner kick for his team. Now, what we talked about earlier did result in a goal. Madison's just not connecting on the first ball in. That ball bounced around for resulting in a goal. I do like their short corners here. They've proven to be dangerous. They've got some skill guys out there who kind of are not afraid to go one-on-one.
Now here's Evans, plays it into the box, ball up for grabs, deflected. The low shot there from Jamison, not able to get over Griffin Blakely.
Yeah, Blakely, I think he's got the sun in his eyes. That's not an easy save. Makes the first save, but the second save is the kind of recovery save that he needed. You'll see it here. Madison does well. They kind of just swing the ball around. And flicked on, big save there, but Blakely up again, and a great second save to keep the game at 3-2.
Yeah, magnificent stuff right there for Blakely. Closing in on 10 saves for the match.
Good save by Joe. Oh, looks like not a good save. I about said good save. I thought the referee's going to let it go, and then just a little too fast. Well, I like what Joey Walker's done to start the game here, start the second half at least. I mean, just contributed at a high level. Obviously gets a goal for his effort as well, but worked hard to get the corner. He's working hard, just pressing, keeping possession, all the things you need your target player to do. And he's done so at such a great job.
Throwing coming up for Clear Fork here deep in their own territory, where we have played basically the entire duration here of these 15 minutes of the second half. Madison owning possession, all the run of play right now coming through the Rams. And Clear Fork kind of struggling for answers at this point as you see the confidence level of these youngsters for the Rams growing right before our very eyes.
Yeah, what you expect with Madison and their youthfulness is that you want to get better each half. Every time you step on the field, can we learn? Can we get better? Can we get our chemistry higher? Can we execute at a higher level? And certainly that has been the case from half one to half two. Now, if you can improve this much incrementally throughout the season, I think you're looking at a top-notch team here. And Coach Lord's the type of coach that certainly can do that. And he's had some very talented teams over the years. He's got a talented group right now. I think if they buy in, the chemistry moves up a little bit. I think there's definitely some talent on the field.
See, diving back into our fan zone there, we always love hearing from you, the fans. Want to make you a part of the broadcast. You're just as big a part as anybody here on the OH Report. So keep dropping us comments on the Facebook and the YouTube channel and let us know your thoughts on the match. Fouls like that, anything that's going down, we want to know what you think.
Braden Rogers, I think kind of a collision foul there. I don't think it was intentional what he did. But certainly got a lot of Hayden Wilson there. Hayden Wilson kind of limping around a little bit. Referee checked on him, but he said he's good to go. It's a big ball in, but it's defended well by Madison, number 12. Gavin Cates just jumps up, wins it.
Clear Fork looking to get some offense produced. As still no shots here in the second half. More than 15 minutes gone by.
Yeah, one decent free kick opportunity, but put it right at the wall, and that's been it for offense for Clear Fork.
Giveaway there is going to lead to a bit of a Madison buildup as they've got some white jerseys heading in the proper direction towards net. Walker with the turn, sets it up for the right foot, can't squeeze it in between the defenders.
I like the idea, though. I mean, his confidence from half number one to half number two has just grown tremendously. He's looking up. He's looking to be a playmaker. Half number one, it was just him just getting the ball, putting his head down. He's skilled, so he could create some things. But now, Joey Walker really just kind of turning the game around just based on his play. It's a bit of a bad throw in there. Clear Fork's just a little out of sorts, not quite finding each other. I think fatigue might have set in. They didn't sub a lot. Their depth isn't great. It's defended well, though, by what number that is? Hayden Wilson, I believe.
Yeah, I certainly, heading into the match, was anticipating a little bit deeper of a bench for Clear Fork, just given that I recognize a lot of the names that were on the roster. We're getting some playing time last year, but Coach Gailey electing, at least here tonight so far, to not go that deep and not sub very often either, Jesse. He's going with his starters for the bulk majority, getting them some breathers when they need it. And at this time of the season, typically I feel like you see a little bit more substitutions, allow some of the other guys that maybe haven't had as much varsity experience crack into the action and get a taste of it, and just hasn't really been the case so far tonight for Clear Fork.
Absolutely, and he did let me know that they're missing 3 players, 3 probably would-be starters, injuries and various reasons. Now, the ball is going to fall right to Walker. Blakely breaks this line again. And so certainly when you're not a deep team, you're talking about missing a third of your lineup. That can prove to be costly. I think we're seeing a little bit of that now. Look, Clear Fork just doesn't have the same energy and composure they did in the first half.
Big punt here by Blakely, but it's angled out of the field of play, so it's going to be a Madison throw-in coming up, and they're going to make a substitution. And Joey Walker getting a much-deserved piece of rest as it's freshman Randy Jamison back into the mix up top.
Yeah, I love what Joey Walker did starting the second half there. I thought his minutes were great. His composure on the ball, his goal. I mean, he just did everything right in the second half so far. And now you bring Randy Jameson in as well, who's what is happening right now? We talked about the referee not changing their call.
Hey.
He was pointing one way, then drastically pointed the other way.
That's going to go over the touchline, set up a goal kick here for the Colts, who almost 19 minutes here into the second half just have not been able to get much going in the offensive direction, playing basically all down here in their end.
Yeah, offensive direction, sure, but it's this here. It's the transition now where they had the ball. It was their goal kick, and then within 2 passes, Madison was back in the attack, and then if you're struggling to get forward on offense, turning over in your own defensive third is going to make it that much harder. So I think it's composure right now. Obviously, some of it's fitness, but there's a mental fatigue that goes along with that. Good skill here. Good build-up.
Yeah, that was Evans. Now they bring it back for her, just a bit off target, but he'll catch up. Fava, left foot, deflected, and Blakely cleans it up.
Caleb Prosser certainly getting them around the ball a lot. Not quite be able to finish or get that final ball in, but positioning's been okay.
Hager with the first touch off the punt, but right back to Madison.
Yeah, this has been kind of the story of Clear Fork for the second half there. They'll get the ball here, but about a pass or two later, Madison's back in the attack. Bit of a risky ball out by Griffin, but it does pay off momentarily.
Here's Hager, was so electric in that opening half, and it's just been a drastically different story. And now here he is pulling a blame, grabbing his left calf, and boy, that could really be a tough break if it's an injury and not just a cramp.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell what happened in the run of play. If it was just, certainly he's got a lot of minutes. Trainer's right there to take a look at it, see if they're stretching it out and what's going on. Interesting clear from Travis Jameson. I mean, he certainly does well to make the tackle, then just blast it out of bounds. I think with your brother being the keeper, you think he'd tell you got a little bit of time there.
Well, as a guy who's got some older siblings, Jesse, sometimes just falls on deaf ears when Big Bro tries to give you some piece of advice.
Walker, good physical run into space again. Great touch to keep it in play. Prosser's getting the run in the box. Walker, a little bit of hands there, but let's see what's going to call here. Referee's yet to make a call. He's looking around.
Looking for a player maybe to help him out.
Joey decides if I just go get the ball for a corner, that's going to be it. And now the referee has signaled a foul against Madison. This is the kind of stuff I think just drives people crazy, where there is no call, no call, no call, and then he picks probably the least likely call to be made.
Huh. Well, I think it might be the right call. I saw 2 hands fully extended into the back. So I'm going to actually give kudos to the official. It took him a while.
I think it's right. I'm not sure why he didn't call it initially, and then why Madison went to get the ball for a corner, and it's all right.
You know, a long run.
It's first game for everybody.
Sometimes you're out of breath. You just want to
just catch your breath, yeah.
Just make sure that you're fully prepared before you make that call.
Yeah, Madison is just back in the attack, getting some numbers forward, composure on the ball.
Ooh.
Not
gut
sure
shot.
where that hit him. Yeah, hopefully it's a gut check. I don't think he went down. He got right back up, though. Props to Bryson Schaefer. Yeah. This will be a corner kick.
Yeah, Liam Beer just had that one deflect off of his left foot out of play. Madison continues to go heavy with the rotation. 2 more changes, make it 3.
Looks like Rogers checking back in. I think Julius Walker returning since his yellow card, his first time back as well. Madison has executed some really impressive short corners here. Let's see if they look to do that or if they can look to put a ball in the box.
4th corner kick opportunity here in the second half. 11 total for the Rams here.
Very interesting play here. Certainly not how it's drawn up. Played it backwards, but missed and then panically cleared right to Clear Fork. Yeah, it's a terrible corner kick.
Good pressure by the Rams, but Clear Fork back with possession. Beachy can't handle it with the first touch, but it's knocked out of play. And it'll be right back over to Madison after Jaden Goad with the clear there out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes I think you can almost be too creative on situations like that. You know, Madison has done well to get the ball across. You know, they put the right ball in and just need a guy to finish. I don't think you need to play the ball negative 30 yards.
Missed touch there by Beer.
Oh, it's a great ball by Walker. Weighted pass.
And Rogers hit the deck. Beer threw his hands up, saying no contact.
Did he call the foul? I think he called the foul, though. And he did, yeah. Again, I'm not sure why you let the play develop. It's going to either be, a goal kick or a free kick, which is vastly different, and the foul was against Clear Fork. So regardless, it's going to be a Madison free kick right around about 20 yards away. At an interesting angle here.
Got 3 players running into the box. They'll find one of them.
I liked it. Oh, that looked good, too. Whew. Another freshman, Julius Walker. Just put a little wide there. Braden Rogers, good attempt as well. See, that's what I think about the corner kicks. They've got guys who can get in there and win some of it. I think you go short, you give it to these guys. Good free kick opportunity for Madison. This has been all Madison in the second half. Clear Fork, just limited opportunity. Excuse me.
And I got to admit, I'm a little bit surprised, even though Madison was able to dictate a lot of the possession in the opening half. We just saw that Clear Fork had the 2 most special players on the field in the first half, but that has not been the case, even close here in half number 2. It's been the freshmen that have really been stepping up, and maybe that's all they needed was 40 minutes to ease into the action, and now starting to take their game to new heights, new levels.
Yeah, see, looks like Joey Walker maybe went down there with a cramp injury. He went down and grabbed right away. Coach ran out, stretching it out, so hopefully it's all a cramp. Just kind of running and went down. Kind of a weird play there. You hope it's just a cramp there. You talk about some of the fatigue that's happening right now, and we talked about you can't duplicate the game intensity, the game momentum. And it looks like they are going to allow the team to get a water break here, which is healthy, I think. It's hot. It's been a long game. Both teams, Clear Fork specifically, has not subbed a lot. And so it'll be interesting to see how can he come back from this, and can Clear Fork mount a little bit of a offensive attack to finish the game out. But in doing so, can you keep defending at a high level? I don't know. It's going to be kind of a little game of chess, if you will. Do you put more players forward or better players forward, but then you give up something defensively?
If you're just joining us, folks, it was Clear Fork with the first 2 goals of the match. The first coming just 7 minutes in, Connor Hager, and then he set up Schaffner. It was 2-0 about 20 minutes in, and then Randy Jamison maybe got away with a handball, made it 2-1 before the half, and then this second half, Randy Jamison, Joey Walker, each with a goal in the first 12 minutes to take their first lead of the game of the season. And these freshmen here for the Rams in the second half have been lights out, superb, really showcasing why Tim Lord is so high on them. I mean, he gave me some notes about some of these younger guys. He said of Randy, an extremely intelligent striker. We've seen that so far on display. And then for Joey, I guess no notes here, but just listed him as an attacker. And he definitely has been that.
Yeah, and he's smart and he's skilled as well. So he's being helped off to the sideline. You see Connor looks like he's about to sub in, stretching at the flag there, looking to come back in the game. I think it'd be interesting to watch here. One of the better field players for Clear Fork is actually Griffin Blakely. And so do you look to press here, try and get a goal? Do you have an adequate backup keeper and get Griffin out on the field, give you a little, maybe one more kind of attacking presence, a little bit of energy there? That's a big save by Blakely. Wow, what a save. The sun's in his eyes, players running at him. He just gets up and puts it over the bar here. You see the replay. It's a great ball in.
Oh,
Blakely makes a safe play, gets up. That's a big save. Griffin's played well. He's had some tough goals against him here, but he's made a lot of big saves.
Yeah, he's got 10 according to my count. And we're looking at almost 20 shots now for Madison.
And Connor Hager is checking back into the game now, so it's good to see. So trying to find Joey Walker on the Madison bench. Look, he's walking behind the bench, so he's up and moving. That's good to see as well. You hate to see any injuries, and especially of quality players, guys who have contributed at a high level.
Colt's content just to smack that one out of bounds and give Madison another throw in here from the far side.
Yeah, it's one of those defensive plays. You can gain a couple yards by just putting that ball out diagonally rather than straight out of bounds. I just think, again, youthfulness and experience. You learn a lot through situations like that. Beachy does well to hold it up and give it away, but it is given away to Madison after that. Jaden Beachy's pulled up lame as well.
Yeah, it looks like perhaps cramping for him right now, which we hope is the case for each player that's gone down on the field up to this point.
Referee is not acknowledging the player on the ground here. It
looks like he's identified, allowing it to kind of finish out.
I'm not sure what he was looking at. Honestly, the Madison player was signaling for him to come out there, and it must have just been the angle he's looking at, but he just didn't stop the game right away when the ball was out for the throw-in.
So Beachy at least walking off.
Yeah, I saw Beachy come to the sideline earlier, and I don't think it was tactical. I think it was a little bit of pain of something. I couldn't tell what it was. And he played for about 5 more minutes, and now he's being subbed off as well. Walking a little gingerly. Still haven't quite identified what the injury might be.
So Trey Fava, who checked out like 20 seconds ago, very quick breather for him. The sophomore right back into the mix.
Madison is just in the attack constantly right now.
Yeah, really impressive to watch as they get another clean look.
Yeah, that was cleaner than I thought. I thought he mishit it, and then it just missed the post. It looked like dangerous ball across there. Evans get a good touch on it. It was closer than I initially thought it was, perhaps for Blakely as well.
10th shot here in the second half for Madison. Twice as many as Clear Fork has for the entire match.
Yeah, the second half has been all Madison.
And don't forget, this is just the first half of a doubleheader that we're going to have for you folks here at the Colt Corral. And I think, the ladies kind of the main event here tonight, Jesse. These are two teams that welcome back a ton of talent. Very few players lost to graduation, so make sure at 7 o'clock that you come right back here live and free as Jaden Goad comes up with a phenomenal tackle right there. That was awesome. And the official wearing that one didn't even blink.
It's interesting. I'm going to see who he gives the ball to. It's going to be interesting to see. So the rule would be Madison played it into – boom. He's going to give it to Clear Fork. It should be a Madison ball technically because Madison played it into the official. But the Madison player is playing it out of bounds. So I think the referee is being generous in how he returns this. And Clear Fork is then generous in their response as well.
You see student section now starting to form here at the Colt Corral. It's going to be a little bit more lit environment, I think, here for the nightcap, as mentioned. It just
under the lights, absolutely. It's always
changes.
Just adds another level. I mean, 5 o'clock game is great. Friday night is great. But under the lights, it's just a whole nother level of fun and atmosphere. Joey Walker has checked back into the game as well.
Great.
Moving Rogers out wide again. That was a pretty significant duo up top with Rogers wide and Walker in the middle. And Jameson playing kind of behind a little bit. Walker lost in the sun, turned and ran away from it, I think, just to not get hit by it.
Look at all the attention right now, Connor Hogger, and that's what he needs to do. Maybe give it up a little bit sooner. Had a triple team on him.
Yeah, it looks like Madison's, you can see one player, looks like Deegan Hurd just kind of shadowing Hogger, and they just send a second player at the ball right away. I mean, he's that sort of skilled. And I think they believe, especially with it looks like Beachy's still out of the game. He did check back in. There's limited options for Hogger, so you can afford to throw 2 players at him.
Excellent job by her, just stepping in front of that one. Heavy touch, lost possession. And for Clear Fork, just have not been able to maintain possession once they've been able to get the ball back. We'll see if they can do a better job here. And right on cue. I mean, just kind of that first pass has been a giveaway too often.
Absolutely. Well, and it's weird because it's been a dominant Madison half, but it's been 2 goals where they're down by 1. And so, it's still a 1-goal game for Madison, but 1 goal for Clear Fork, and then right back in a tie game.
Mazak tried to turn back into traffic. Try to load up with that right leg. Colts defense, nice job of getting it out of harm's way, at least momentarily. And here comes Hogger. Pretty play.
Yeah, still good skill in space. Looked like that perhaps that injury gave him a little bit of a break. They need to kind of just get some legs back under him, catch his breath. Well, Madison sending some numbers here. Let's see what Rogers has. This is the play I've liked for him so far. Can he keep it in at an angle? He can.
Just didn't get any help.
Yeah,
Nobody making a run, Jesse.
Walker and Mazak both way outside the box. I think they thought it was going to go out of bounds. Rogers does well to keep it in. Not only keeps it in, plays the right diagonal ball back away from Griffin, force him into a tough save. If there's some pressure there, it's an even difficult save, but
Jameson buying a couple extra seconds there.
Bryson Schaffner is just He's been working hard, just pressing the ball, just trying to get a touch on it.
Good looking turn. That one sent deep into Colt territory. Now for Clear Fork, starting to run out of time. Just 9 minutes showing on the clock here. Haven't scored in a while. Good looking build up right now though. Here's Hogger on the run, looking to turn inside.
Oh, it's a good poke away. That's well done defensively by number 12, Gavin Cates again. He's made a couple big tackles here in the second half. I mean, that's the play Clear Fork wants. You get the ball to Hogger in the box, key players, key moments. That's certainly it. Gavin Cates just stood him up though. Does result in a Clear Fork corner kick.
The junior Jaden setting it up.
You can see a very dedicated cameraman down there laying on the ground. He is not afraid to get the pose, to get the shot.
Shout out Eric Marshall, always getting the job done and freelancing for Mansfield News Journal, but really he just comes out here and does it for the kids. That's what I respect most about him.
Absolutely.
That doesn't make a dime off of it, and he takes some of the best shots that I've seen here in this area as for a photographer.
Yeah, I've seen him laying on the ground to get the right angle, I don't know enough about photography to appreciate what he's doing. I just like the dedication.
I saw some of the preseason shots that he took for the Clear Fork football team. Jesse, there are preseason shots, and then there are shots when you get actual Colts into the shot, when you've got tractors in the background, when you're out in the Belleville farmland, getting these kids in the real element. I've seen some cowboy hats. It was phenomenal. I think one of the best pictures that I've seen for a team for the senior class, maybe ever. So more kudos to that gentleman.
I would say for as small as the Valley is, they seem to produce some very quality photographers per ratio.
That's
I
fair.
know a lot of people in the Belleville area who are very skilled photographers. But, hey, we have a soccer game we're watching.
That's right. That's right.
It's still a one-goal game.
Just 7:20 remaining here for Clear Fork. They've had some nice build-up here as of late. Can they start connecting the dots and get something going on net? No shots yet in the second half for the Colts, Jesse.
Yeah, two near shot opportunities between a free kick and a corner kick attempt, but nothing that resulted in a shot. So certainly something you got to be aware of. You got to figure out a way to get shots on. Just under 7 minutes to go here. 6:50 on the clock. So there's still time for Clear Fork. I mean, they have some life kind of rejuvenated, I think, in them a little bit. There was about a 10 to 15 minute lull in the second half where I thought this game could quickly get out of hand for Madison after being down by 2. And now it looks like Clear Fork's got a little bit of life, a little bit of energy to kind of finish the game out. Makes for a fun final 6.5 for us.
A lot of space here. First one, Dahl. But it's just going to end up in the hands of Jamison, so no problem there for the keeper.
It's a big throw by Jamison to Jamison. I think one Jamison is out. I was looking to see if all three on the field, if they had a combination to each other, it'd be kind of fun. But I don't see it. Oh, he's subbing in next, actually. Madison has just missed kind of the execution on that final ball a couple times where the gap is on. They're trying to put it right into that corner and it's just catching right there. Well, he missed it that time. But that outside back for Clear Fork, they've not beat him consistently with the pass. They're getting close. I think this Madison team, the more they play, the better they're going to be and the more dangerous they're going to be in the attack. I think they're still figuring things out offensively. Now, luckily for them, they're figuring things out and they're able to score 3 goals right now. So sometimes you have that luxury as a team where you can figure things out and score and win, and other times you figure things out and you have to take it in a loss.
Always love learning your lessons with a nice big fat check mark in that W column. And that one, not the proper angle. It's going to end up with a corner kick here for the Rams. And they've had plenty of these. Had some excellent execution off of their set pieces too.
Yeah, their short corners have been fun. They run some just got to pay attention to all players for Madison. You can see Travis Jamison dropping back right now. Sometimes he drops back to defend. Sometimes he drops back so he's part of the play.
Oh,
Blakely took a hard hit from his own teammate. Kind of knocked the ball out of his hands because of it.
Oh, and look at Griffin. He is really hobbled. Had that one been on frame, that was certainly going to be a goal there on that shot.
Regardless, there is a sub for Griffin coming in. I think the sub was to get him on the field. And now we'll see just to make sure he's okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big collision right there for Griffin, who as you talked about, he's one of their best players on the attack, so they're going to get his jersey switched, get him back out on the field promptly, and hopefully he can stir up some type of momentum going towards the net.
Yeah, interesting. The backup keeper, I'm not sure even of the name yet. I don't think. I'm looking to find him.
Well, they have listed here Sam Swindoll is the backup.
Well, there's 3 other ones. There's Bryson and Schaffner, which is not. He's definitely in the game.
Okay.
And then Chris Mazzola as well.
Okay.
But they all have numbers for their keeper jersey, but this guy's not in a keeper jersey, so we're going to figure out who this is here.
Process of elimination.
But he does not have keeper gloves, which makes it interesting now. So
we've got some excellent sideline reporting out there. Trey Fava evidently just told Coach he's tired. So we've got the inside scoop, Jesse. Some tired legs out here. Oh, he told our cameraman, so directly to him.
Oh, Garrett, I'm learning. What if Garrett gave any solid advice or encouragement if they just keep battling or anything?
That doesn't sound like G-Man. He probably told him to take a break.
It's a big free kick, low driven, handled cleanly by Jamison, though. It's a good opportunity there.
So we counting that as a shot? Is that,
I think so. I think Jamison came up with it. He was on goal. He got to count as a shot.
So one shot here in the second half for Clear Fork, coming at the 3-minute mark. That is outstanding after the first half. I mean, they only did have the 5 shots in the first half, but they were getting so many quality opportunities and just weren't getting shots heading towards the frame. So what we've seen from Madison, particularly on the offensive side, just to keep it out of the defensive end, it's been nothing short of a excellent turnaround here in the second half. It's been dominating.
Yeah, absolutely. Watching Griffin Blakely trying to get the game uniform on. Certainly he's moving quickly, but time is ticking right now. He's going to be lucky to get in. He's going to get to the line now. Be interesting to see what he can. He's going to get about 90 seconds, I think, of field time. You know, can he get a touch on the ball? Can he'll be able to get a – referee's going to bring it back. I didn't see the foul here. Something happened. But it's going to delay him getting into the game again, though. So maybe 1 minute to 90 seconds for him to get in. And we're at 150 right now. Clear Fork's a little slow on the free kick. Keeper kicks it away to make it even slower on the free kick.
Well, you talk about, don't leave anything in the tank. If you're only getting a minute of action, you better run that puppy dry. So Madison looking to close out a big win here on the road. A season ago, just 5 W's for a really young Rams team. They were competitive a lot. They scored about 2.5 goals a game, gave up about the same amount, so they were in games, just didn't learn how to win. So I think this could be kind of a monumental type of night for them to springboard for what could be an exciting season of Rams soccer, because there's potential, Jesse, but that only goes so far until you put the pieces and parts together on the field. And we've seen the potential at times here for the Rams. It's been really a pleasure to watch.
Absolutely. I think they're the type of team that they're going to continue to get better. And so if you can start off on a high note and beat an area team, that's certainly a good foundation to build upon. And even being down 2-0, they're coming back and battling back. Now, obviously, the game's not quite over yet. Let's see what the referee is doing here. Let's perhaps a free kick there in the corner. It shows some resilience, and it builds some character for a young team that you get to kind of build and battle out of that. So it's just over a minute remaining in the game. And Clear Fork yet to get Griffin Blakely the ball. I'm curious to see what he would do on the field. Madison's content to just blast the ball out of their area now and let Clear Fork attack.
Yeah, a lot of precious
from the defensive
time.
end, yeah.
So down to 50 seconds.
It's going to be a handball on Clear Fork. Madison's going to get a free kick. They're going to that foul happened about 43 seconds. We'll see how long it takes them to put the ball in play. We said a good 12, 15 seconds out of it. The keeper does well to get off his line. I don't know if they actually touched it. Blakely touches the ball. See Blakely just kind of that big body running forward. Big tackle there by Jamison.
And It's going to be a Ram throw-in, so basically they can just kind of milk this thing into an opening night Friday night football win here on the road. That's exactly what it's going to be here for the Rams.
Oh, what a goal. It's 1 second left. That's a goal.
Wow.
It's Caleb Prosser. It's right place, right time. Wow.
What touch on that loft over the head of the keeper, and then Prosser comes flying in, and that's how you end a night just like this. Great play by Prosser to come in, doubling up Clear Fork here at their home place. Phenomenal performance by Madison in the second half as they will move to 1-0, and plenty more still to come here on the OH Report. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with final stats and then also an MVP. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you think is worthy of being the best player in the match, and they will join our very own Jesse Ryder for a post-game interview. That's all on the other side.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
here with the Mechanics Bank co-MVPs tonight, Randy Jamison, Joey Walker, freshmen making your debut opening night. Tell me what you're thinking right now.
It's surreal. I'm excited. I think we got a great season ahead of us. I think we can go far this year.
Absolutely. Certainly a great, I'd say even second half. The more you guys played, the better you got. Now, 2 goals in your freshman debut. Pretty impressive. Let's start with goal number 1. Referee's already made his decision. Game's over. Was it a handball?
No.
Deal. We'll leave it at that. All right, let's go to the second goal and talk about just what's your mindset right now. What's your role for this team, even as a freshman? What are the expectations for you?
I'm just feed the ball, and when I have a shot, take it, find the net. That's all I got.
I like it. All right, let's go to other freshmen over here. Big goal, big second half. You got to start the second half. I thought those first 15 minutes you had, absolutely fantastic. What was your thought when you got to start the second half of your opening game?
Well, I just do my best for my team and help us come out to win and give it all I got.
When you hit that ball off the corner kick, you knew it was going to the back of the net?
Yes, I did.
Absolutely. You hit that clean. It was clean back then. I loved it. For you guys, as you look at the year now, you get the first win. It's been a while since Madison's beaten Clear Fork. What are your expectations for the year?
I just say we keep working hard in practice, keep having good attitudes, and I think we'll go far.
Absolutely. What would you add on? What's the expectation, guys? Even though you're freshmen, big contributors, what are you thinking for this year? What's the goal for you guys?
I think OCC champs, and then just after that, see what we can do.
Absolutely. We have a co-MVPs, Mechanic Banks, player of the game, Randy Jamison, Joey Walker. Guys, great job. We'll be right back looking at stats.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Intense second half performance here by Madison in the second half, as mentioned, against Clear Fork, as they come away with a 4-2 victory at the Corral as we enter now our Park National Bank post game. And we'll take a look at the final stats brought to you by Park National Bank. And 4-2 the final score, as mentioned, because 19 total shots were created by Madison. A lot of those coming in the second half, 11 to be exact, while they held Clear Fork to just 1 shot, not even coming on target there over the final 40 minutes of the game. It was a phenomenal effort from top to bottom for the Rams, who controlled possession for 70%, and the bulk majority of that in the second half came within the attacking third. You see the 14 corner kicks, and they put them in some dangerous situations. They were able to score off of one, got some great defensive play when Clear Fork did have their rare opportunities over the last 40 minutes of action after it was a back-and-forth affair in the first half. But you got to give a lot of credit to these young Rams. You heard from those two stud freshmen that came through with the 3 big goals in the second half to kind of put them over the top there to earn a big victory. Well, stick around here on the OH Report because we've got one more game still to come. It's the ladies' turn. Rams versus Colts coming up after this. So big thank you to everybody who helped make this game possible, live and free. Our director, Adam Thompson, Travis Brody on camera, along with Garrett Parlett. For Jesse Ryder, I'm Brian Skronsky saying so long. We'll see you in game number 2.